It's your boy Official JM2. If you're watching this, you are official too. And special shout out to my boy Rick. Appreciate you for always leaving a thoughtful comment. I know you're gonna be in here somewhere, so let's get into it. This video, I want to be a little bit more vulnerable. I want to talk about how no one really knows what they're doing, and it took me up until my 30s to realize that. I'm 36 now, and I realized everything we've been taught is just some form of someone else's reality that they want us to inherit. And I think once you kind of break out of that, you realize your friends don't really know what they're doing. The people in relationships don't really know what they're doing. They're just kind of taking it day by day, winging it, and then trying to give people advice. The single people are coming up with their own advice. And one thing that I realized, throughout my whole journey is that, there's no guarantees in life, and all you really have is yourself. So if you feel lost and you're not sure what direction to go in, or, what job to get, or who to date, or what to do, that's a part of, the human experience. And I think that is probably one of the best things we have, like the feeling of uncertainty. And once you embrace that, I think that's when you actually start to have fun. Like, I love when I go, let's say to a restaurant and I don't look at the menu and I'm just like, I want to be surprised. I want to take in the full experience. And we just don't really have that. I think we have that with like maybe online dating. When you match someone and then you go to meet with them and you're excited and you get those butterflies because you're just not sure how things are going to go. And I think that's just one of those things that has slowly, just got ruined. Also with online dating. But back to the original topic of feeling lost. I feel like a lot of people, just kind of follow the script that their parents taught them without really questioning it, what their friends taught them, what their coworkers taught them, and it's just not true. Like, how many people have you met that you thought were super successful and they're miserable, or they look like they, have it going on and they're in crazy amount of debt? Like, I've dated girls who, was this boss babe and this and that, and then once I peel the layers back, I realized this girl is like $30,000 in debt. This person doesn't have any savings. This person has a super nice car, but it's really under their grandmother's name, and they live at home with their parents, so that's why they can afford a $900 car. So it's just, you just got to take a step back. You have to take a step back and realize, what makes you happy as a person, what brings you peace. And that's just the journey that I've been on. Like, I've been trying to be more in tune with just listening to my body and listening to my thoughts. Because I feel like we all always have that little voice in your head, or at least two, right? The angel and the devil. The devil telling you, go do that, even if it's reckless. And then you have the little angel going, hey, we probably shouldn't do that. So now that I'm 36, I only listen to that good one. And it always guides me to the right place. Whether I'm unsure what the next step is going to be. Like right now, I'm in an Airbnb. I just spent money on a deposit for an apartment. I don't know anyone here. I had a falling out with my family, and I just decided I'm going to stay here in Dominican Republic. And it's bittersweet, but also like my life has been bittersweet. You think things are going to go a certain way, or like that quote, right? God laughs at you when you make plans. That's the best part about it, and that's why I just try to focus on myself and what I can control and the energy that I put out. Try to be a good person, not take advantage of people, and hopefully the universe rewards me, and the universe has been rewarding me. It's rewarded me with 39 subscribers. It might not seem like anything to other people, but to me it means a lot, because that means you guys took time out of your day to watch a video and hopefully take something away from it. And I've been a boxing coach. I've fought. I've lived in the Bronx. I've seen some crazy things. And the one thing that I've always had is myself. The ability to regroup, pivot, and go in a different direction. Just roll with the punches, as they say. And if you're watching this, you probably lived through some stuff that you probably shouldn't have. Sometimes we look up and we question, why did I get this hand? Why did God give me this hand to play? But I think, in a weird way, it's meant to bring out the best of you. Because I feel like for me, I do my best when I'm under the most pressure, because that's also when it's the most exciting. Like, this is who you are when there's no audience, there's no crowd, and you have to make the right decision when there's no one watching. And you also get, to live with, the success of it or the failure of it, and ultimately you learn from it. You learn how to, be a little bit more patient and really gather your thoughts and, speak when you've gathered those thoughts versus rushing in to jump in and correct something. And I think that's really what peace is. Peace is just realizing not everything needs a response. Peace is understanding how you respond, how it's going to affect you in the long term. And this message is for anybody who's feeling lost and maybe you feel like you don't have any friends or you don't have a really big support system. You really don't need it. I mean, all you really have is yourself, and the people that support you, they support you without you even knowing that they support you. Just because it's not the way that you think it should be received. It's not always going to look like someone calling you every single day or someone texting you out of the blue. Sometimes it's going to be, someone leaving a message on your story. Sometimes it's going to be someone liking your story. Sometimes it's going to be, someone sending you a reel. Those are all forms of connection that have been, replaced, from the typical forms of connection, which is a phone call, an in-person visit, a hug. Now, yes, do we want those? Of course. But those are the things that we have to go out of our way to make time for. So you have to understand what's important to you. And sometimes everyone is just busy living their life, So I think if you're feeling lost, just know that a lot of people are feeling lost. They're not sure what the next step is. They're not sure what job to take, who to date, how they're gonna make money, how they're gonna retire, how they're gonna live the next day. And you're blessed. You're watching this, you have Wi-Fi, you have a phone, you have a computer. There's people out here that haven't eaten in days. There's people out here who can't take a shower, who are homeless. So it could always be worse. It could always be better as well, but it's ultimately up to us to decide what is bad and what is good and the direction that we want to go in. So if one message is to take away from this is just to listen to yourself, listen to those two people on your shoulders, and come to an agreement with yourself of what you're going to do and stick it through regardless of the outcome, because I think that is what's going to bring you more peace. If you are struggling with your mental health and you don't really know who to turn to, pray about it. Get some sunlight, hit the gym. Even if you're not a gym person, just try to explore yourself and find a hobby, and you'll be surprised at things that you enjoy. Like I was never a runner, and today I went for a run outside and I ran almost 4 miles, and that was like, oh my God, I've never ran in the last 10 years without any sort of back pain. And that was just like a reminder that I've been taking care of myself, and also I've been, slowly getting back to feeling like I'm at 100%. And I don't think that is something that happens overnight. It's just tiny, small wins, just like cleaning your room. Like right now, this Airbnb is a mess, but I'm checking out anyway. But it's something simple like, reorganizing things, folding laundry, all of those little things your parents might have taught you, or maybe they didn't teach you, that you learned along the way. Those little moments bring you peace. And I think once you separate from all the distractions outside with social media and dating standards and what someone's expectation is of you as a person, then you'll just get back to feeling like I'm in control of what I'm in control of, and I can't let you put your thoughts and your predictions onto me, because I've already wrestled with all of my own predictions about myself, and that's not fun. So you can't win those two wars, but what you can do is win the war within yourself. And I hope that you take something positive away from this, that you're not the only one that's lost, and just take it one day at a time, 1 hour at a time. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and women too that watch the channel. It's tough, especially going, through breakups, through the economy, trying to stay afloat. Everyone's struggling. Everyone's just hiding it better than the others. And ultimately, happiness is fleeting, and peace is, it's something that's within that nobody can take away from you. And that's one thing that I've realized. No matter what happens, whether my Uber gets canceled, this gets flooded, there's a tornado, I'm at peace because I still have me. And as long as I have me, I can always take another step forward. It might not be the biggest step, it might not be the fastest, but I can always put one leg in front of the other, and find the road that I'm meant to be on. So I love you guys. Drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe. The goal is to get to 50 subscribers by the end of the month, and I appreciate you guys if you share this, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.